Wednesday's a busy day. I know today's Thursday. I'm going somewhere with this. Wednesday, I'm supposed to do the stats video or the panic index. And yesterday, I did neither. And I realized it as I went to bed last night. I went, I forgot the stats video. Right. So, in discussing all of the other stuff I did yesterday, potentially, for me anyways, one of the most important videos I do all week, which is on hockey stats, was set aside and that was accidental. So today, we're doing hockey stats. Now, power plays. Team by team here right now. The Oilers statistically have the best power play at 30.4%. Tampa Bay 28.9%. Boston's, it's been a little bit, it's been struggling lately. 26.4% for them. Vancouver, and I've said this in many reviews, it's feast or famine with them. Either they're 3 for 5 or they're 0 for 6, it seems. The Canucks 25.4% and the Hurricanes 24.3%. So those are your top 5 power plays. Your bottom 3 are the Devils and the Kings, both tied with 13.2%. And then the Senators, whose power play sucks, is at 10%. To give an example, I think you can say a team's power play sucks if it's below 15%. Theirs is at 10. Penalty killing, Sharks, 88.4%. They were above 90%. You're not going to stay there all year, so they're at 88.4% right now. Hurricanes, 86%. Stars, 85.6%. Capitals, 85.4%. Oilers, 85.1%. It is an underrated part of their game, and special teams in general are still excellent. Those numbers are very good for the Oilers so far. So, yes, they're third. They look like they're fading, but their special teams are pretty good. It's that 5-on-5 that it would appear they need to work on. Bottom 3 penalty kills. The Kings at 73.9%. The Jets, 73.5%. Most recent game against Carolina, they allowed 2 goals on 2 power plays, so they can't be doing that. And the Red Wings are at 73.4%. So the overall special teams picture isn't all that rosy if your teams are at the bottom, but if your teams are at the top, you got to feel pretty good. So if you're the Hurricanes and the Oilers, you have to feel pretty good about special teams numbers in general. Points leader is McDavid with 59, Draisaitl with 58. Things seem to be tightening up a bit, though. You've got McKinnon at 52, Marchand at 51, and Eichel at 50. We could potentially have 5+ players with 100 points this year. It's not that long ago we had none. And now we're looking at, a decent amount of guys with 100 points, including Eichel, who's been on an incredible 17-game point streak. Goals leader, well, Pastrnak still leads there with 28, but it's tightening up there as well. Eichel with 24, then Draisaitl, McKinnon, Matthews, and Ovechkin all have 21, and then there's 3 or 4 more guys with 20 below that. So this race is definitely not over. If I had to handicap who I think is going to win the points race, I would go with McDavid. You could make the argument for Draisaitl as well, and I can't really dispute it. Goals, the way things are going right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Eichel actually came back and won this thing. He's in beast mode right now. That being said, if you count out Ovechkin, you're usually a fool by the end of the year, so I won't count out Ovechkin yet. Assist leaders, McDavid 39, Draisaitl 37, Marchand 33, Karlsson 33, and McKinnon 31. And I would imagine McDavid will lead the league in assists once again. So, those are your leaders. Plus minus. I love seeing arguments about plus minus and whether or not it matters. And a lot of people say it doesn't matter, and then maybe it does. In this situation, it kind of does. And to me, it kind of sort of does, because these guys are the best in the league at it. Graves in Colorado plus 22. Hamilton plus 21. Cole plus 20, also out of Colorado. Pajot in Ottawa plus 19. Karlsson in Washington plus 18. And Chara plus 18. Keep in mind, all 6 of these players are considered to be having excellent seasons. Chara's surprisingly so. Chara's actually looked better this year than he did last year, so that's bad news for the rest of the league if he's going to look at the end of this year and go, no, I can stick around another year. He's really played a lot of hockey, and yet he still looks pretty good out there. Power play goals, Pastrnak leads there with 13. Neal has 10. McDavid 8. Olofsson 8. And Ovechkin also with 8. If the Buffalo Sabres can get their power play going again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Olofsson end up leading the league in power play goals. But Eichel can end up getting there too. I realize Pasternak's there with 13. he may very well end up leading it. I don't see Neil doing it. A lot of Neil's power play goals were at the start of the year. It was this freakish start for him. It has kind of skewed the numbers when it comes to Neil. His overall defensive numbers haven't been good, which is not a surprise with James Neal, but he is trending down. It's just because he had such a fantastic start. I can understand Oiler fans still being excited, and he should still score about 20 goals this year. Ice time leaders, Doughty with 25 minutes and 52 seconds on average. Clefbaum, 25-45. Shabbat, 25-31. Suter, 25-25. Letang, 25-23 in Pittsburgh. And then Jones in Columbus, 25-18. And Yossi with 25-08. And all 6 of those guys are pretty decent defensemen. And that's 7. All 7 of them are pretty decent defensemen. I wanted to get any defenseman who's playing 25 minutes a game on the board, because in my eyes, that's a pretty high standard. And Doughty at 25-52. He's having a good year, too. I understand the Kings have been mostly forgettable this year, but he is having a good season. Rookies, Olofsson leads there at 14 goals, 18 assists. Now, the injury to Makar, who has 8 goals and 20 assists, 28 points in 29 games, does open things up a bit, so Olofsson could get some Calder attention. The problem is Quinn Hughes at 2 goals and 24 assists may very well split the vote with Makar, and I could see Olofsson ending up in third in that one. That being said, they are your 3 top rookies. Now, Mikheyev, 6 goals, 13 assists for Toronto. I can't see breaking into that. Fox with the Rangers, 5 goals, 12 assists. Not likely. Netchus in Carolina, 6 goals, 10 assists. Also, I can't see him being a top 3 for Rookie of the Year either. The one other Rookie of the Year I could potentially see being in there, Samsonov with the Capitals, 918 save percentage. If he played enough games, he could definitely get into that conversation. And Mackenzie Blackwood with the New Jersey Devils with a 910 save percentage. He's been really good lately. So there's the potential that one of those 2 goaltenders could start making an argument that they're Rookie of the Year. If I was voting right now, it would be Cale Makar, though. And Olofsson, for me, would probably be second. I know. I could turn in my Canucks fan card. It's not even a thing. Anyways, wins leaders among goaltenders. Anderson with 17. Hellebuck has 16. Bennington and Holtby also have 16. And then there's a ton with 15, 14. And it's pretty tightly bunched at this time of year. Shots against. So which goaltender's facing the most pucks? Anderson leads there as well with 874. Riddick with 856. Hellebuck 847. Price 814. And Gibson 798. Very often the goaltender that leads in the shots against department will be pretty sore as we get into the second half of the year and may need some nights off. Bad news for Anderson is, according to all the media reports, he's not going to get any. Save percentage, Jari leads there with a 940 save percentage. Kemper, 935. Francouz, 934. You want a dark horse for a Vezina trophy? Go with Francouz for a dark horse, because he's off to a pretty insane start to the season. Bishop, 933 for Dallas. And Jake Allen, back from the dead, with a 930 save percentage. So, rumors of his demise were greatly exaggerated. Bennington's not on the board. He has, I think it's a 924 save percentage. It's around there. But right now, Jake Allen is playing pretty well. So there you go. There's your stats for this week. Again, I do this every second week. I guess we'll call this the stats for Christmas, because it's not going to change a whole lot between now and the Christmas break, which starts on the 24th. So 24th, 25th, 26th, we don't have any hockey. And I'll throw this in here. I'm having a meetup in Port Moody on the 26th. So if you check out the Hockey Guy Facebook page, it's right on there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And here's where the question comes in now that we're almost halfway through the year. A, how many guys had 100 points this year? And B, who does end up winning both the scoring race for points and the goal scoring race for goals? You have to be for goals, not for assists. You can't have that. And should there be some kind of an award for the guy who leads the league in assists? Whether you want to call it the Gretzky Award, the Joe Thornton Award, the Sedin Award, whatever you want to call it. Should there be something for guys who lead the league in assists? And who wins the Calder? And yeah, your ice time leader, maybe you could have an Ironman Award for that as well. Because honestly, when you lead the league in ice time, much like the goaltenders facing the most pucks, probably pretty beat up at the end of the year. There you go. So let me know your thoughts on all of that, and I will talk to you again with this in 13 days, because I won't forget in another Wednesday, which means on Christmas I'll be doing a panic index. So maybe I'll have fun with that on Christmas Day. Christmas panic. Sounds like fun. So tune in for that. I will talk to you again soon.